Hey guys, it's the Archangel here, and today we are reviewing Neca and Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, Ultimate Jason Voorhees figure. Oh yeah, when I first heard this guy, I was super hyped. I mean, I got Leatherface, and I got Freddy Krueger. If you have Freddy Krueger, you gotta have Jason for a Freddy vs. Jason display, because I love that movie. Wasn't perfect, but I still like it. So here is the box. See, you got the tombstone, the logo. There we go. So ages 17 and up. Shows the tombstone right there. Neca, Real Toys. On the back, you got the credits. Randy Falk. If any of you know, he actually runs the official Twitter account for Neca, because I've actually spoken to him a few times. Great guy. And here on the back, it shows the various stuff you get. So it says, as a child, Tommy Jarvis did what many others died trying to do. He killed Jason Voorhees. Not for long, though. The mass murderer who terrorized the residents of Crystal Lake. Well, technically they weren't really residents, because residence means where you live somewhere, and they didn't live on Crystal Lake. Anyway, never mind. Years later, tormented by the fear that maybe Jason isn't really dead, Tommy and a friend make a fateful trip to Jason's grave. Yeah, look how well that turned out. They stabbed him with a fence post and the bastard came back to life. Anyway, comes with knife. Oh, doesn't show it. Fence post, which is that piece. Tombstone. Alternate hand, which is for the machete, because one hand's like this and the other's like that. I think. I can't make it very well. I'll show you what I mean. And removable mask. Of course, you can see the picture right there. Very nice. Mask is right there. Let's take a look. Inside, here's a picture, holding his machete. See, one hand is basically for holding the machete, while the other's for holding the spear one-handed. So you'll come with the spear hand attached, but this is the hand you want for holding the machete. So you get everything? Right. Let's just take this guy out of the box, and I'll show you the insert card. Come on. There we go. Move this. Love the smell of a new figure. And basically you get the inside of the tombstone. So that's nice. Let's get this guy out of the rest of the package and see what we have. Okay, so I've got Jason out of the package, and good news and bad news. Good news is, most of the joints are tight. Bad news is, his waist is super floppy. Not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Great looking figure though. Anyway, let's go into his accessories. First of all, you come with the mask, which I'm going to drill out the eye holes. Actually, I'm going to do that now and see how that looks. Okay, so I drilled out the holes in the eyes just by twisting my knife in them, and that looks a little bit better. The eye holes are a little bit bigger, but it's not the end of the world. So that's the mask. You got an alternate hand, which is for holding his machete. Nice, very nice machete. There we go. Very nice, very clean. You get a hunting knife. These do store on the figure, the hunting knife and the machete. You get a tombstone, which is actually hollow, but very nice. I don't get why they couldn't just mold it solid. It says Jason Voorhees, got a little bit of vinage there, some big crack down it. And you get these two guys. Defense post that he was used to reenact him in the reanimated him in the movie. So they clipped together like that because his hands are closed off. And basically what Tommy Jarvis did, just put Jason there. He repeatedly stabbed Jason with the fence post, and then left it in him, and then lightning hit the top of it and travelled down and reanimated him. And he got this machete and utility belt off a paintball guy. Guy was playing paintball, and they should have put paintball splatters on him really, but I don't really need that. And and you know, he ripped his arm off and took the machete and all that. Right, and now to interchange the hand, this is a problem. I am going to give this a soak in some hot water and try and remove that myself. I'll be back in a bit. Okay. So after soaking it in some hot water, it wasn't too hot because this hand's quite soft. I'm probably never going to use this hand. It comes out. So to get back in, just take your pliers. This is what I use to pull it out, and just force the little prick back in there. And then take this hand and there we go. There we go. I'll just rotate the camera up. Okay, so let's give him his accessories. Take his hunting knife. Pop it in there. And the clip holds it nicely. I like the utility belt, very nice. Pop his machete in there. This is quite tight. I'm concerned this is going to break, which is why I would prefer it if it was metal. Oh, Jesus, this is tight. Hot forcing in his hand. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to have to cut this and try and force it in myself. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so there we go. Just give me a sec to elevate this up a bit. Oh, Jesus. His hand's quite tight, so I think he holds the spear perfectly fine. And let's just give his mask, which is squashed from being in the packaging. Just stick that on. Oh, these eye holes line up. And, well, they do line up. The eye holes line up. They're a little bit derpy. But overall, this is a good-looking figure. I'm going to have to get used to those eye holes being carved out. Because it made the eye holes look really big. Anyway, this is how he looks. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to go get my stand, because I have a stand for the Resident Evil zombie. I'm going to use that for him. Just peg it in there and then have him like that. There we go. That's definitely a Jason figure. Just rotate the camera up a bit. Zoom in. There we go. Look at all that. Hey, look at that. That's what I call a Jason figure. This is definitely a great looking Jason figure. Let's bring him up close. With his mask, get a nice look at his head. Got a bit of brown paint bleeding onto his eye, but that just makes it look more dead, so I'm kind of happy with that. Got the axe wound from part 3. And the machete wound from Tommy right here, which is this big line going all the way across his head. Let's get his head's all mutated, well, rotted away. Okay, so let's just remove the spear. In fact, actually, they say that he needs the other hand to hold the spear one-handed, but honestly, that hand is kind of useless because, well, he holds it perfectly fine in his other hand. So, you know, it would have been nicer to give him this hand splayed out like that, like he's about to grab somebody. Okay, let's remove the spear for a sec. Where did I pop his mask? There we go. I'm going to have to... I wish they'd made the packaging a bit better with this mask, because this is all bunched. Right, let's see. Gotta fit it on so that it goes through his eyes. Right? There we go. We'll give him his signature weapon. Which, I feel that the blade is a bit short on this, but that's probably just me. And we can... If you want to do something really crazy, have him with both his hunting knife. Actually, I wonder what happens if we stick it in the other way. His hand's really tight. So, you could have him pose like that. Like he's about to stab you with his knife and then slice you apart with his machete. So overall, you know, right, let's remove these and take a look at his articulation, which is probably going to be the same as Freddy, more or less. Right, so for articulation, I did test all his joints. I did flex them all before doing this review. Well, I did, as soon as I cut after the box, straight after I opened the box, I tested all his joints, and they're all pretty good except for the floppy waist, so, you know. You can see it right there. Doesn't matter that much. His head's on a ball joint. Look left, right, tilt, up and down. Actually, I'll remove the mask for it. So I can go up, down, left, right, tilt. All the good stuff. Arms on pin socket so they can go out, forward and back. Pin socket elbow, bend and rotate. Ball joint at the wrist. Ball joint at the torso, which is super floppy, but yeah, it doesn't matter that much. Can also rotate, which it keeps wanting to spring back just because of how wide his waist is. Pin socket legs, so go forward, back, out to the side. Very tight rotation here, but it's flexing up a bit now that I've clicked it out. Bend and swivel at the knee, and the ball joint at the foot. Here we go. Yes, I did an artwork of Freddy vs. Jason. Got a piece of copper, which is what this is. Got a picture off the internet, glued it on, and then just whacked the hell out of it with some fine tools. So this is pretty much what I really wanted to accomplish with these two. And you know what? I can accomplish it. His legs have become a bit floppy on the forward and back motion, but I can just fix that with a bit of glue, no problem. Again, a little bit. The loose joint on the waist doesn't really bother me that much as it would with some people, because, you know, I'm not really going to be getting him crunching over anytime soon. All the other joints are nice and tight, so I've got no problem, really. And then Freddy, over here, who... An update, I managed to actually fully fix his pin socket. Basically, this is how a pin socket is assembled. They go together like that, and I managed to fix it. And the problem is they pop out almost all the time. It's pretty easy to reassemble. You just click that back in. And this, which does have a metal pin, which is what that glue is covering. Again, it's disassemblable now. But yeah, I did manage to fix him up because I had an accident with him. And he fell off the shelf and his leg snapped. And his waist snapped as well. But yeah. Let's see what Freddy and Jason look like with another player on the team. Yup. These are my 3 Ultimate Horror Slashers. And you know what? This makes a nice display. I'm probably going to have them stood alongside each other. But this is something which is really, really cool. Jason, Leatherface, and Freddy. How awesome is that? You got the 3 of them duking it out. I wonder who would win, actually. Jason would probably get his arms cut off and then come back and possess somebody. Probably Leatherface. Freddy would probably then get his head decapitated by Leatherface's chainsaw while being possessed by Jason. And then Jason probably finds some way to make his body come back and then tear Leatherface apart afterwards. So, I don't know. Or maybe Freddy would use his dream powers and kill Leatherface before Leatherface even got a chance. I don't know, really. It depends. Of course, there'll be some ordinary civilians in the mix. But yeah. Let's go on to the final rating for Jason Voorhees. So overall, what do I give this figure? Well, the loose joints are annoying, but it's something that can be fixed. So I'm going to give him... You know what? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10. I'm not one of the lucky ones who's had perfect joints. Most of the joints were tight, yes. Like his knees, his arms. And some people have had loose heads. I haven't. My head's pretty nice and tight. But I could just stiffen it up with glue. But, you know, his waist and his hips, I mean... Yeah. And if I took the stand off... Also, my thing's a bit warped. But, yeah. It's nothing I can't fix. But yeah, overall, I do enjoy this figure, and it does come with his hand. Just moving back a bit. Just moving back. See what I mean? He just wants to give away all the time. Tombstone there, and the spear. Overall, this guy's getting a 10 out of 10 from me. I really enjoy him. I think Neca did an amazing job on the sculpt. And funnily enough, actually, these accessories actually came with a retro cloth version, except for the hand and tombstone. They're brand new sculpts. They're for the ultimate one. And I do give this guy a solid recommend. I do enjoy him. I think he's amazing. I'll probably be able to do something about those loose joints. I'm probably going to do something straight afterwards. But yeah. Pick this guy up if you can. I got him from my local comic book shop. I had to order him online because I didn't have any in stock. But yeah, if you see this guy, get him. I recommend him. I'm giving him 10 out of 10. You're getting 10 out of 10 from me. He just looks amazing. If you do want to carve the eye holes out, do so. It would have been nice if he had the red chevrons on his cheeks, but it doesn't matter that much. I'm still enjoying the figure. But yeah, thanks for watching, and please like, subscribe, and peace.